Happy Crocktober, y'all. This is a collab hosted by Jeni Scratch Made Kitchen, and I cannot wait to share with you these two recipes, a chicken cobbler and an apple caramel cobbler. This is the best thing I have ever had in a crock pot. You have got to make these two recipes, but this apple one just is over the top. I cannot wait to share these recipes with you. And I'll have them linked down below. I'll also have Jeni Scratch Made Kitchen listed down below. She is the hostess with the mostest. She's got a great channel. She does all kinds of scratch made food and also lots of cannings and lots of different things on her channel. So make sure you go check out her channel and like and subscribe. I'll have the playlist link down below. I'll have her channel link below. She's doing the giveaway on November 2nd. I'll have that information link down below. But you have got to make these two recipes if you don't make anything else. That chicken cobbler tastes just like it was made in the oven. It was so good, so simple and easy. They're both dump and go. You can just put them on before you go to work, or like we're going to the fair, so we ate these after we got back from the fair, and oh my goodness, it was so good. These are perfect for fall, and I know you're going to love both of these recipes and Jeni's channel. Here are the ingredients for the chicken cobbler. I'm using Bisquick instead of the Cheddar Bay Biscuit, but I'll have the recipe link down below for both. I'm also doing the caramel apple one, and this is amazing. The only thing I substituted was a yellow cake for a spice cake, and I melted some caramels instead of using a caramel sauce, and I only used like 6 caramels and melted them with a little bit of water, and that was perfect. And trust me when I say this is the best thing I've ever had out of a crock pot. It is the truth. This is the easiest thing I've ever made, and both of them were really easy, and that chicken cobbler, the crust came out perfect. And I'm going to tell you what I did and show you a little bit about what I would probably do just a little bit different. But I'm just going to get my crock pot. I've got a half a stick of butter that I melted. Right, now that you got your melted butter in there, you're going to put your chicken in. And I'm using my canned chicken, but you could also use rotisserie chicken. You could use whole chicken breast. You could use cut up chicken breasts. The uncooked chicken will take a little bit longer than this. This one's real easy, and you could even use your home or your canned chicken from the grocery store. That would be good too. So now we're going to layer in our salt and pepper. I'm going to use onion powder, garlic powder, whatever you like to season your chicken pie. You'll do that here. You could put thyme, rosemary, whatever you like in there, but I'm just sticking with my basics: salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder. Now you're going to layer. I'm using a bag of frozen peas and carrots. You could use regular vegetables, mixed vegetables, or you could even leave them out, or you could even use fresh if you like. And I didn't have any chicken broth, so I'm going to mix what was left out of my canned chicken with some water, and then I'm going to add some Knorr bouillon and just mix that up until it tastes like broth. I don't want it too salty because I've already added salt in there, and it's going to cook down a little bit, so you don't want it really salty. So I'm going to mix that together, and I'm going to mix that with the canned soup. And what I would do different is I would either only use 1.5 cups of broth and 1 can of soup, or 2 cups of broth, what I'm using here, and 2 cans of soup. It was a little more brothy than it was creamy, but if you like that, you could just stick with how it is now. So just slowly pour that broth into your soup mix. You want that to be really smooth and not really lumpy, so make sure you get that all mixed up together really good. And you could use a can of cheddar cheese soup, you could use celery soup, whatever kind of soup you like, cream of potato, whatever you like. And in another bowl, I'm adding 2.5 cups of Bisquick with 2 cups of milk, and mix that together. You could add cheese in here. You could also add in those seasonings that come with the Cheddar Bay Biscuit mix. If you're using the biscuit mix, you just mix that up like you would. The mix directions, and I'll have all this information linked down below in the description box. This recipe is really customizable. Alright, we're going to pour that over the broth mix, but we're also going to not stir it, so make sure you don't stir it. So I'm adding the soup and broth mixed, and I'm adding this first because I saw some people say that it made it a little more soupy, and I want a good crust on mine, so I'm going to add the broth and soup mix first, and then I'll add the crust mix last, and it worked out really good. And you could also mix that together and then just put your cheese on the top, whatever you like. Like I said, It's customizable. And dot you some butter on the top. Put your lid on. You'll put this on low for 6 hours or high for 3 hours. Alright, now we're going to work on the apple cobbler, the best thing I've ever had in a crock pot, or probably ever had, period. And I'm just taking that butter that I used in the other recipe that I had left over, and I'm just going to coat the bottom of the crock pot so it doesn't stick. You could use a crock pot liner too. And I used 2 jars of apple pie filling. I thought this needed 2, and I'm so glad I did. But I'm just going to add that to the bottom of the crock pot. And here I think is the best part, the pecans. You can also use walnuts or any kind of nuts you like, but I think this is the best. If you call it pecans or pecans, it doesn't matter, but just put those in there. And if you have that squeezed caramel sauce, you could do that, but I took about 6 caramels, put a little bit of water in there and microwaved them. But you could also use that stuff that you get for caramel apples that you can dip your apples in, and you could just put that in dollops in here. But this was so good. I didn't add a whole lot, but I think it's so rich you don't need a whole lot of that caramel sauce, but I'm glad I added it because it was so good. And now I'm going to go ahead and dump that cake mix on the top. Like I said, I did not have any spice cake mix, what the recipe said, so I just used the yellow cake mix, and I just can't believe how good this was. I'm telling you, if you don't make anything else ever in a crock pot, make this. You cannot believe how easy it is. Just put the cake mix over there. I just tried to flatten it out a little bit, make it a little as even as possible, but that wasn't very easy doing that in the crock pot. I even tried my offset spatula, but that didn't work. But just try your best. Then just take your stick of butter and cut it into pieces. It said cubes, but I just sliced mine up. When you do a dessert, put a kitchen towel over it before you put your lid on. That way when you open the lid, all that water doesn't fall out down in your bowl and ruin your dish. So we're going to put our lid on, and we're going to put this on high and cook it for about 4 hours on high, or you could do it 6 hours on low. Alright, here is the chicken cobbler, and it turned out perfect. The crust was just like a crust you got out of the oven. And I think doing the soup mix before you do the biscuit layer worked perfectly. And next time I'm going to try it with the cheesy version, but for right now this was perfect. It couldn't come out any better, except I would like a little creamier instead of brothy, but oh my goodness, this was so good. Perfect, especially if you want something slow cooked while you're at work, or as we ate it after we got back from the fair. But you could not ask for a more perfect dish than this chicken cobbler. Alright y'all, this is the beauty right here. Look at all that caramel that came up on the top, and it was just bubbly, and oh my goodness, made the house smell like fall. You have got to make this, and I'm telling you, we ate this after we got back from the fair, and it was just delicious. And I'm so glad I had some vanilla ice cream because that made it over the top good. This is just the simplest, easiest thing you can bring. You could make this for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Everybody's going to love it, and it's just so easy. Couple ingredients. You cannot beat this on a cold fall day. And also make sure you got some ice cream in the freezer before you make this, because you're going to want to pair those two together. But I loved both of these recipes, and let me know if you make both of them. You got to make both of them. They're really delicious. And I want to thank Jeni from Jeni's Scratch Made Kitchen. Please check out her channel. She is the best. And I want to thank her for letting me join in on this collab. I'll have all her information down below about the giveaway. I'll have these recipes and everything you need to know about the chicken cobbler and how you can make it your own.